So the New York Times did an interactive map on individual donors going to the different Democratic candidates. And this was to give you an idea of the real grassroots support that's out there for the various candidates. Because probably, I would argue, the number one sign of grassroots support is this. How many grassroots individual donors do you have? Because this is not just people who support you. This is regular people, middle-income folks, low-income folks, who are donating to you because they believe in you that much. So let's take a look at the first map we have here. Now, for those of you who are just listening, I'll describe what it looks like. It's all Bernie Sanders. Literally, you have Bernie everywhere, and then just little pockets of other candidates only in the states where they come from. So this is so overwhelming that the New York Times had to offer an interactive map that just flat out excludes Bernie. Because you couldn't see where the grassroots support was coming from for the other candidates unless you got rid of Bernie, who overshadows everybody, and his color in the map is just that much more pervasive. So when you do that, you can see that now, the map gets a little bit more complicated and a little more interesting. But you get a lot of Elizabeth Warren. You get a lot of Elizabeth Warren when you do that. So I just think it's incredibly awesome that you have Bernie's dominance is so overwhelming that the New York Times had to offer another option for the interactive map to even give you an idea of how the other candidates are doing. Because if they didn't do that, you would just walk away going, well, it's Bernie all day, every day, in virtually every place, except the places where the respective candidates are from. It honestly reminds me a little bit of like Tiger Woods' dominance when he was number one in the world for some insanely long amount of time. He basically more than doubled the number of points between him and the number 2 golfer in the world. It would be like Tiger at 20 points, and then you'd have Phil Mickelson at 8. And then everybody underneath him would be 7.89, 7.62. So he's just he's more than double as good as everybody else. And that's kind of what you see with Bernie here. He just crushes it so thoroughly with individual donors that they needed to develop another map to even show you how the other candidates are doing. I absolutely love that. Keep it up. I'm one of those individual donors, and I'm proud to be.